master training skills. If you don't master training skills, you cannot stand in front of your trainees and students and influence on them. You will feel weak, the trainees will affect on you, you'll be so pathetic. Not only that, they won't like you. It will affect also on your personality. You won't achieve and get successful. You don't want to be that. At the same time, if you master these skills, you'll be powerful, you'll have influence on them, you can lead them to success. You will grow, they will love you, they will be involved with you. And not only that, you will be famous and everybody will be happy to meet you every day and they're going to be excited. They cannot wait to meet you the next day. You want to have these powerful skills. With these skills, it will lead you to be a successful trainer. Now, you need to master 7 things. If you don't have 7 things, at least in your training and performance, you won't be a very good trainer. So what are these 7? You need to understand what is training. Now, training is a profession, and there are outcomes for training itself, and it's part of the solution. So you're providing solution, and you need to provide value by giving this solution. One of the main important things that you need to understand about training is training equals behavioral development. So that's 1. 2, you need to have the right mindset of a trainer. So there is a thing that we call the inner game of a trainer. We have different levels of working with your inner personality of a trainer. So one thing is your values. So who are you exactly? And what is your purpose? Your identity. Building your identity to be as a trainer. Another thing which is build confidence into yourself. So standing in front of the audience, you need to stand up and look at them in their eye, and you need to influence on them. So you need to have the power, internal powers inside you that can influence people to that. So that's number 2. Interacting with your students. You want to create this positive relationship with them. You want to create this energy, this flow. You want to remove all the stresses, and you want to create this beautiful environment that they feel happy, they feel good, they feel excited, they like you, and you start building this flow with them. So how can you do that? That's number 3. We're living in a world, there are challenges in front of you. Information is everywhere around you. You can see it on your phone, you can see it on your tablets, on your laptops, and it's everywhere. So you being as a trainer, you have to have these tools to create understanding, to create entertainment and excitement with your trainers itself. So there's this new concept called, which is combined information plus entertainment, which is affirmation. So how can you use metaphors to create attention plus understanding? It's not only about entertainment, it's entertainment and education. So how can you use these tools and these methods like metaphors and other things, which you start creating excitement, enjoyment, plus real learning. So that's number 4. How do you choose your content? So what is your method in choosing a topic or a content? Now, as we said before, training is providing value. So it's a kind of a solution you're providing to people. On what base that you're providing these solutions? So how to choose your content. Now there are niches and needs for trainings, for these solutions. So how can you figure out these niches? If it's individuals, and if it's business and organizations or the corporates. So choosing your content, that's number 5. 6. Communicating the content to other people. Now, people are different. So there are people that they drive from their hearts. There are people that they communicate with their head. There are other people with their body. And there are other people which they communicate if they are interested or they have an outcome behind your topic. So we have 4 kind of different people and mindsets. So one thing is, how can you communicate with them? How can you inspire those harsh people and try to motivate them and get connected and have reasons and meanings and answer these reasons and meanings? So you have to answer the question why. That's one thing. 2, there are these logical people. They want to connect with their head. They want to understand the reasons, they want to understand the facts, the principles, and how things work. So you need to answer what? And there are other people, they don't understand except once they apply. So they want to be involved into the exercise. So how can you design the exercise? How can you involve them kinesthetically into the program itself? So designing an exercise and answering how is important. And there are other people which, if they have an outcome, if they're realistic, they're entrepreneurs, they basically want to get the information and apply it outside the world. So how can you convince them and how can you get them connected with you? So these are 4 different mindsets that you need to be connected with them. So each one of them has a way to communicate. So learn that. Not only that, these 4 different patterns, it's a beautiful thing if you use it in your training. You need to transfer people in this beautiful cycle. You need to connect people with their heart and inspire them, then involve them in their head and think about it, then practice it and apply it, and then go out and continue practicing and achieve your outcomes and add value to the world. So it's great to have a powerful content that really adds value and creates this amazing shift into people's life and even in their environment. So that's number 6. You as a trainer, you need to use your body as an instrument and plus the stage and other instruments to communicate to people. So how can you use your body as an instrument of communication and even the stage and other tools? There is a beautiful say by Albert Mehraban says 93% of communication is unverbal. Using your body language, using your tonality, using different aspects, using communication. You need to stand right, you need to use your physiology right. You need to use your gestures, you need to use your facial expression. So we train yourself on these things. Train yourself on body language, train yourself on facial expression, train yourself how to tune your physiology, train yourself on acting information. So that's a very critical issue. Where to stand and how to stand, that's another game. How to design your stage that influence better in your training itself. And even have different things like Prezi's, PowerPoints, and flip charts, and colors, and other instruments that helps you to create understanding and progress in your training itself. Training equals behavioral shifting. So what is those tools and techniques that you use in your training that creates a different level of behavioral shifting? Now, again, according to the International Academy of Science, or the American Academy of Science, according to the American Academy of Science, it says training equals behavioral shifting. So there are these great techniques and tools that you can use in your training that enhance these behavioral shifting. So again, is how can you program your trainees to start implementing these great tools that you provide them in your training, and these great skills that you give them into their life and after your training program. There are ways to do that. So that's number 8. How to give feedback and measure results. Now, what kind of impact you want to have on your training? Do you want just people to be entertained and happy and that's it? Or do you want to go into a different level? There is an amazing research by Donald Proctor. He says there are 4 impacts of training. So one is based on liking, second is based on what he calls KSA, knowledge transmission, skills transmission, and attitude transmission. They come and attend and they have this change in these things. The third is job performance. So after your training, they go and apply in their job and they have better productivity in their workplace or in their life. The fourth is environmental change. So he starts going in a different level of change. He starts going and influencing other people of the things that he learned and creating an environmental change himself. Where do you want to work with your students? And how can you design your program that has each one of these? And it depends on you and what is your outcome and your trainee's outcome to start giving them the right map to go through it. So that's number 9. Wrapping up your program, the end. After ending your program, how do you enter your program? You want to leave an impact on your student. You want to leave them, they get excited, they want to come back to your next day full of energy, full of enthusiasm and motivation inside themselves, their drive to come. Not only that, they drive internally to go and apply their skills into their life and their business. So how can you do that? You need to design it in a way that you create that momentum to them and start maintaining that momentum. Not only that, I've been modeling. One of the things that I'm an expert in is modeling, which is studying excellent performance. So we studied a bunch of excellent trainers around the world, and we figured out that good trainers, they be in touch with their students. So what is that platform and what are those programs that you can use being in touch with your trainees? What is next after the program that they graduate? So we have lots of great ways that you need to go and develop yourself into it. Now, these are solutions that you need to think about. If you want to master training and if you want to be a great trainer, you need to go through these 10 things. These are powerful training secrets that I'm giving it to you. And you need to start thinking about it and start applying it in your life. Plus, we give you a great opportunity, if you're interested, to attend this program that we go through these 10 great things into 20 days of training itself. And don't forget that you can master these skills and you can learn them and developing it, and you can be a great, powerful master trainer that you can leave your legacy and create this amazing impact that people will notice about it. Wish you all the best.